Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to another video where today I'm going to go and watch Macclesfield F.C. as they take on Witton Albion away from home in the Northern Premier League West Division. The last time I went to go and watch the Silkmen was on the opening day of the season when they beat my team Clitheroe 3-0 at the Leasing.com stadium, scoring all 3 goals in the first half as well. It was an excellent performance by them in that game, and they've continued in a similar vein since then, winning all of their opening games. They're 4 from 4, 100% record, currently on 12 points, 2 points ahead of Mosley, who are in second, with 2 games in hand on them as well, and that gap could be even bigger by the time those games are played, which is really frightening to think, to be honest, at this such an early juncture in the season, that they are they're leading the league by such a margin. But it's no less than I and others have predicted, and they should be sort of walking the league with the talent that they have in their squad. They've recruited really well over the summer, so yeah, I expect no less, and I expect it to be a walkover tonight for them as well, if I'm honest. Witton haven't started the season well. They're down in 16th. They came down from the Premier Division. I expected them to sort of challenge in and around the playoffs, I'd say, but yeah, they've really not done that, to be honest. They've started really poorly, just 4 points from their opening 4 games. So yeah, like I said, I expect it to be a Macclesfield walkover today, if I'm honest. If I were to predict a score, probably say 3-4, maybe even 5-0. Take your pick. It could be even more, but this league does throw up surprises from time to time, so you just never know. But to be honest, yeah, I would expect it to be a very comfortable win for Macclesfield. Looking forward to it as well, hoping to see some familiar faces with the travelling support from Macclesfield as well. But yeah, should be a great night, should be a great game, and we'll see you guys when we get down there. Okay, so here with Sam. First of all, mate, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Nice little bonus to come down, nice day off work, so I thought, why not come see the Silkmen?
Yeah, why not? And obviously, Macclesfield had a brilliant start to the season. Witton, not so much. You're expecting a Macclesfield win, surely?
You expect it, but then not to be disrespectful at this level, you don't. It's these kind of teams that are in 16th that catch you out. Obviously, I'm going to be confident for tonight. We've started off brilliantly, we've not lost. I'd like to think we're going to carry on the same trend tonight of winning. Very happy with how the squad's winning ugly as well.
That's it!
We didn't do that last season, and that cost us at the start, but again, it's only the start of the season. We don't look at the table now and think league's finished. Mosley dropping points at the weekend was very helpful. Absolutely massive to a good league side. I remember I wasn't at league, but reading on Twitter, league absolutely battered us, so I expect league to be up there come the end of the season. I expect it to be neck and neck between us and league, which is no disrespect to the rest of this.
Leagues are a side that I've seen a few times, and when they're over in the East Division, they did really well. They're always up there, so credit to them. They probably will be challenging. But for a score prediction tonight, can I push you for one? Or?
Of course you can. I think it'll be 3-1 to Mac. I think Maynard will score 1 and James Berry will score 2. I feel we'll probably concede first because that seems to be a trend at the moment. We take getting going being a goal behind, but I feel as well with the new training model,
the fitness coming into play.
70th minute onwards, I feel that's where we come into play, and I feel like, again, no disrespect to any of the teams in this league, but I feel with that model alone, we are going to. That's where essentially our wins are going to come. You win ugly, you win titles, and that's how simple it is. But I don't expect it to be pretty tonight, but I expect us to beat these. Fingers crossed.
And a great atmosphere as well created already. As you could probably hear before from the Silkmen fans who are here, they've been brilliant.
I'm assuming throughout the season so far.
Of course, when you've got the big man Harry Stokes at games, he's well known to all the Mac fans. That means you're in for a fun night and you're in for a nice night of atmosphere.
Okay, so I'm here with Harry Stokes. First of all, mate, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, mate. Living the dream.
And obviously, here at the Lockett Stadium for Macclesfield versus Witton Albion. Macclesfield have had a brilliant start.
They have
to
had
the
a
season.
brilliant start. They've beaten, sorry to say, but they've beaten Clitheroe 3-0. League 3-1. We're through to the second qualifying round, something I never thought would be happening. We've beaten West Didsbury and Chorlton 1-0 in the cup. Neil Kenny is an absolute legend, mate. Neil Kenny, have my kids.
And obviously Witton haven't had the best start to the season. You'd predict a Macclesfield win.
Oh yeah, you predict Macclesfield to win today. I mean, Witton got relegated from the NPL Premier last season, so they won't be no hard task today. I think Macclesfield will win this today.
Score prediction?
It'll be a 4-0 win for Macclesfield today, and I've Tom Clare with 2, James Berry with 1, and I think Kenny with 1. And here's my pint of beer if you want to see.
Love it. Here's hoping Macclesfield can get the win.
Bennett,
Obviously back.
Becky.
Lads, how are you feeling about the game today?
oh great,
We're ready for it, man. Big win.
Witton Albion are getting smoked.
Yeah, get there. 4-0 Macclesfield.
Not the Silkmen. Mackie Macclesfield.
Okay, about quarter of an hour, 20 minutes gone here. Great chance for Mac has gone. How do you think the game's gone so far?
I think it's as I expected. It started off scrappy. Witton Albion aren't going to just let us come and play our football. They've not turned up to get turned over. It's like watching every team we play this season. They're going to set up differently against us because it's their cup final. Again, no disrespect, but it's been scrappy, but it's been competitive as well. Both sets of sides have had really good chances to have scored, and at this point of the game, if it was 1-0, you really wouldn't be surprised.
No, and it's been quite physical as well to start off with a lot of fouls that probably could have been given Macclesfield's way, but...
Yeah, I feel the referee's been a bit... I mean, obviously you can say I'm biased because I support Mac, but I feel the referee's been very whistle-happy for in favour of Witton Albion. Rather than just let the game go, let it be a bit physical, let these sort of challenges come in, because if this was a derby game or a local rivalry, you would expect that sort of game. And you like to look from a fan's point of view. We love these type of games, let it run, let it be physical, let it be a battle of who's going to out-batter each other within, the parameters of the game. But I feel there's been a lot of soft fouls, and that's really slowed the game down.
Can you see a first half goal from it?
Well, the chance we've just had where James Berry was arriving near post, obviously, we are dangerous on that kind of counter. But at the moment, going back to the fitness comment I made previously, we don't look like we are going to go for it in the first half. But again, I don't rule anything out with Mac.
With 1.
Okay, so half time here and it's 0-0. Sam, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I'm quite surprised we're going into it at 0-0. I thought there would have been a goal in the first half from either side, whether it would have been us or them.
It was a fast start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really quick out of the block start from Mac, and this is probably the game where we've actually started quicker than the opposition away from home all season. Again, the referee has ruined a really good half of football in terms of it's just too quick on the whistle.
Yeah, we said earlier he's been blowing for pretty much everything.
Yeah, and I felt like, like that free kick he gave out of nothing. Don't know what that was about. Yet we had a clear foul on the edge of the box that he didn't even award. But again, the standard of refereeing at this level isn't going to be incredible. Hopefully we can still, second half crack on, come out the blocks again, and just try and get a goal in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, settle down a bit.
Yeah, quiet the home crowd down, because I feel the longer this is 0-0, the home crowd are going to get behind them, because in the last 10 minutes, we've not heard a lot from the home fans already, but in the last 10 minutes of that first half going into it, they were getting behind the seat, which is understandable. They had a few balls into the box, they didn't convert. But I feel with a team like this, they are 16th, they are going to be able to prove a point, and who better to prove a point against than top of the league?
Yeah, I think you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth before. I was thinking sort of the longer this does go on, it feels like one of those where, they dig in further and further and catch on the break with a last minute goal, or feels like what could be one of those.
Yeah.
But so that it's really important, I think, for Mac to really. They are a second half team, as we've seen this season, but I think it's really important for them to start this second half well and get an early goal.
I feel an early goal brings us confidence as well, because I feel like if we get kind of forced into trying to make a change to affect the game, I think that's where Witton will sort of counteract that change what we make, and they'll make a change to keep it at 0-0, to keep it how they're playing.
You want to keep the rhythm as well.
100%. Their manager's got to go into half time proud of how they've played.
They'll be delighted.
For a team that's 16th, they've not played like that. Again, City, Liverpool, when we won that, they didn't play like they were bottom of the league, And it's not. I don't feel it's just because it's us. I feel like City and Liverpool have kept an eye on their results, and they've been close again. So I feel like quite a few teams are going to get to a point where, again, it's early in the season, your fitness isn't going to be all there, is it? You're training 2 times a week. It's going to come around December, January time, and I feel like that's where, for us, it's going to come for us, but it's also going to come against us as well. Tonight's a prime example. They had a counter-attack straight down the other end where it went straight across Marcelo's goal, and Marcelo's pulled off an absolute fantastic save to keep it at 0-0. Obviously Marcelo's quality, he's on loan from Liverpool, so there's a lot of expectation on him. But in terms of it doesn't matter who your goalkeeper is, you keep giving them sort of chances away. Eventually one is going to creep in.
Second half score prediction?
I'm still sticking at 3-1. I still think, I do expect them to get a scruffy goal against us, but I still think that we'll see it out and win the game.
Well, I said anything between 3 and 5-0 at the start of the video, so probably go with, it could be floodgates when Matt get a goal, but hoping, like we said at the start, for a Silkmen win, and we'll see you on the other side at full time. Okay, so someone 1-0 down, it's not pretty much inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said to you at half time, it only takes that counter attack, doesn't it really? We've come out second half really fighting out of watching. We've been all over them. It's just that one lapse in concentration at the back, which again, that's why I predicted us to concede tonight, because I feel we definitely need to get that sorted out. The defence has got to start recognising, look, these aren't just going to let you turn up, play it around the back and play fancy football. I'm still confident that we are going to win. I think it's got to take, just put Claire and Owens on now.
going, John, as you said.
It had to be. I think, you know, it's one of them, you know, they're being physical with us. They're winning second balls, they're winning everything at the moment. And, you know, since we're 1 down, yeah, we've attacked. But
Need that physicality, that focal point.
Well, again, this is no disrespect to Lee Jackson, but he's only, what, 5'5", 5'6". So bringing Tom Clare on and always makes sense. That's it. You know, take the niceties out of the game. Football's won by nastiness. And, you know, sometimes they have good play, but feel like these grounds like Witton Albion, it's going to be won by good old bullying tactics. There you go, Tom Clare flick on.
I think if anyone's going to change the game, it's going to be them.
Absolutely, and I think it brings Coven and James Berrymore in the game with these flick-ons now. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can just turn it around and get that win.
Challenge.
Come on, Andy! Finished. Keep going, Andy, keep going!
Okay, so full time here, and the game is finished. Witton Albion 1, Macclesfield FC 0, and we spoke during the game off camera, and I said this is pretty much a carbon copy of Prestwich away last season. You weren't there,
Yeah,
but it was pretty much the same. I wouldn't say it was a smash and grab for Witton, because to be honest, I think they probably deserved it in the end. Mac just weren't clinical enough.
I felt with Witton, like I said to you at half time, if we didn't get that early goal second half, they would go on, score, get the crowd behind them. Essentially, that's what happened.
Exactly what happened. Yeah.
I didn't feel we deserved to lose. I felt a draw would have been the fair result. You know, keepers pulled off 2 fantastic saves.
That one at the end then from the corner, absolutely incredible.
That better make it to the vlog.
Yeah, it'll be in.
Yeah, again, that was an incredible save. You know, his awareness from their goal is brilliant, you know, because, you know, I've seen keepers at this level sort of gift us goals where you would look and think, do you know, is there more he could have done? But no, their keeper, absolutely fantastic save to keep him in it at 1-0. It's a bit of a sucker punch, but, you know, again, we started out, we got out the blocks, and then they got a free kick, and then we didn't deal with it. Yeah. And that's been a bit of our Achilles heel, whether it's corners or free kicks, and we're not dealing with the second balls. And that's, you know, ultimately they've seen the game out, crowds got behind them, you know. Again, I'm not blaming the referee for us losing, it's our lack of concentration, but the referee was awful tonight. Everything was going their way. He just didn't allow a proper game. You know, I've seen in the past Cheshire derbies be more feisty than that, and the referees have just let it play out. You know, we've played the likes of Chester, Altrincham, you know, we've had really good physical battles. You know, again, last season when we played Skem at home, it was a really good physical battle. But I think now we've lost that first game. You know, you always say with a team you learn more from when you lose. So I think Danny will take a lot away from this game, and I think it'll encourage us going forward, you know, and all we can do is try and win on Saturday to sort of, you know, don't let it get in our heads, don't start going on a losing run now.
Yeah, I think like you say, Danny he'll learn a lot about his squad, about their mentality after that, and obviously you never want to lose a game, and the expectation here from Mac is they look at this league, they look at the strength of the squad, and they probably don't want to lose any games this season, but the reality is they're going to at some point. And to be honest, I don't think it could happen at a better time, so early on in the season. You get sort of the creases ironed out early on in the season, and you kick on from here, and you look at the deficiencies from this game, and you sort of get back on the training ground and you repair them for next week, like you say. So.
100%, and again, Witton Albion are a team that I expect to finish up there this season.
They've had a rocky start.
Yeah, they've had
will do.
Again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's all about, at the end of the season, I expect, like I said, I still expect it between us and league, but I do expect Witton Albion to be up there in the playoffs, in and around there, because they've come down from the league above. They've got a bigger budget than what most of these teams will have, which again is no disrespect. Teams are spending within the means. But I feel with Witton, they are definitely, if they play like that every single week, where they haven't even won ugly. They've played a good game of football, and they've played every second ball they won. Keepers aware, and that's at this level, that's all it takes. But I do feel definitely from tonight's showing, we have lost to a good side.
Well, yeah, pretty much summed it up perfectly there, Sam. But guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, please do not forget to hit a like, and also subscribe to the channel as well, especially as well for the fact of me coming back and watching a Macclesfield game. I know a lot of you guys subscribe to this channel are Macclesfield fans, so yeah, leave a like and subscribe. Let me know where you want to go next as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.